Hey guys, and welcome back to yet another episode of It's About Time. Sorry, I am just going to move this back because when I hit the record button, the camera really does like a really good close-up compared to before when I started. Anyways, I wanted to apologize for two things to you guys. The first one being, I remember the last episode that Drew and I did. I can't remember if it was like episode 68, 69, whatever. Sometimes I lose track what episode we're up to. I remember that I told you guys, right before I surprised Drew with poker, that I was going to do an episode at Drew's place during the poker game with Nishan and Dave and Trippy and myself and Drew and Steve and like everyone that has been like literally a guest on the show. Unfortunately, Nishan couldn't make it. Came unfortunately a little ill. Nishan, we both Drew and I and everyone else at the game. Hope you're feeling much better now. So the episode that I was planning on doing is what makes a watch so special. But we'll hold off on that one for now. The second thing I do want to apologize for before I get into what's on the wrist, and you guys obviously know, I just want to show you again because I love the watch. The other thing I want to apologize for is, I did a Basel World 2018 presentation. That was a couple episodes ago or so. I included a lot of great watches, but it's kind of going to lead us into today's, episode or whatever it is, into what I think, again, this is strictly my opinion, is truly... There's going to be people that may disagree with me, and I disagree with myself a little bit just because of one factor, but I'll get to that in a minute. It is really the greatest watch that came out of Basel World this year, for the price and everything else. I think a little bit more of, again, all the other watches have gotten eclipsed by the Rolex GMT Master 2, Pepsi bezel a little bit, and the Tudor GMT. I get it, but this particular watch I'm going to show you guys tonight, I would get into a fairly serious debate with someone about why this one is arguably the best. I personally think the best watch to come out of Basel World this year. I would even personally be willing to get this watch, obviously. It's taking me a little while to do it. But anyways, we're going to get into the watch in a second. Before we do, customary what's on the wrist. As you guys can hopefully see, Gucci, G Timeless, absolutely. Guys, come on, this is my workhorse everyday watch, and I love it, and it is so amazing. So without further ado, the watch that didn't make it to the PowerPoint, but I'm going to do its own episode on it. That's how remarkable I think it is. Now, I will say this, just quickly before I do show it to you. The Rolex GMT Master 2 Pepsi bezel, it will be the most sought after watch this year, or for the next maybe few years. Let's just be real here. But this watch presents what I think more brands really, could do more, whatever it is. I'm very blown away by it. So without further ado, and I'm going to go into a lot of specifications and even show you guys a video. So this is a picture of the watch, and I'm going to bring it in a little close. This is the Baume Mercier Baumatic Clifton. As you guys can see right here, 5-day automatic chronometer. Yes, it does come on a leather band. Not the biggest fan of that. That's, I guess, one of the only negatives that I did want to mention. But, okay, I guess the other thing is that I really do wish that like the hour markers and, kind of maybe like the hour and minute hands were kind of done in a different color just to separate them a little bit from the rest of the dial. But guys, let's be real here. One of the most classic watches you could ever make. And one of the things that I'm a fan of, I just want to point out another detail, is, the fact that it has, the, 5, 10, I think it's probably going this way. Yeah. The 5, 10, 15, 20 going around. So many people don't like that outer kind of dial. I happen to love it. I think it's kind of nice. I think it's kind of cool. It's just an extra level of detail. This watch to me is absolutely unreal from Baume Mercier. So I want to get into this a little bit. So this is the Clifton. Now, it's available for pre-order right now on Baume Mercier's website. It's the Baume Mercier Clifton Baumatic 10436. So let me show you guys this video. This is from Baume Mercier's website.
For the first time in Baume Mercier history, we're introducing our first in-house movement. We have redesigned some components, used more reliable materials, in constant search for optimization. There's nothing more to say. There's nothing more to say than we've created our caliber. Baumatic.
So, what you guys saw is, that's only at 35 seconds, but that's all you really needed. So, yes, you heard it right. Baume Mercier has created their first in-house caliber movement. Let's see. You guys can maybe see a picture of the back of this a little bit. Kind of cool watch. Again, this is directly from Baume Mercier's website. Baume et Mercier, whatever you want to call it. And of course, one of the biggest things that you guys can see is it has the quick release pins here. So all you have to do is push them in this way, and then the band just kind of comes right off, which is fantastic. They have it on the top and the bottom, or bottom top, however you guys want to take a look at that. So let's go into maybe just like a couple details. So it's a diameter of 40 millimeters, which ideally I'd love to see it at like 38, 39. That would be like the most sweet spot ever. But 40 millimeters is not bad. 42 millimeters, and you and I should do an episode on this. Most guys wear like 42, 43 millimeter watches. Guys, wristwatches used to be like 36, 35, 37, 38 millimeters maximum. Wrists have not gotten larger. The watches have. So, when you think about going to buy that, 42, 43 millimeter watch again, does it really look good on you? You guys be the judge. But, so this one, it has Côte de Genève and snail decors on the back. And what that is that's the detailing. That is all this stuff that's done here. Côte de Genève. It's just a very high, very fine level of detail. And then you guys see all the snailing done. This is usually stamped on. It's usually done, by the manufacturer themselves as part of a, an in-house caliber or whatever it is movement. A lot of the finer watchmakers out there do that to add just this extra beautiful, finer level of detail. And you can see that on the rotor. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, the case back isn't like, oh my God, the most beautiful, like a Patek Philippe. But nonetheless, still an absolutely just customary touch that there are some watchmakers out there that do that. I just think it's phenomenal. Now, you guys probably saw the price on this already, but I'm not going to get to that yet. In case you guys did see, you guys may go back in the video, see the price. I'm not going to get to that yet. So this has 21 joules, beats at 4 hertz, 28,800 vibrations per hour. Now, this is really one of the most interesting parts of this. It does have a 120 hour, which is 5-day power reserve. So let's see. Let's do some math here. Put it down on a Friday. let's just say hypothetically Friday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So if you put it down on a Friday, last through the weekend, and then even pick it up maybe on Wednesday. Still running, maybe low power reserve, but wind it up a little bit, give it a few shakes of the wrist, and really no problem. It is water resistant to 5 ATM, but now this is where I'm going to bring up the issue with the leather band. I think watches that are like water resistant to 5 ATM should have stainless steel bands on them. This particular one, I don't believe it has a stainless band on it, but I will do a little research in a second. But again, it features the Baumatic BM 12-1975A COSC certified movement, which means it's accurate to -4 to +6 seconds per day guaranteed. And it's supposed to, let's see, obviously stainless steel, 10.3 millimeters thick, which isn't too bad. It's a little bit thicker than this watch. It's a little bit bigger, a little thicker than this watch, but would still fit a lot of wrists very, very nicely. And it's got anti-reflective something I can't even, Couche, something like that, Incolor Inferior, anti-scratch, sapphire crystal on it, and of course sapphire crystal on the case back. So it's self-interchangeable with the bracelet, like I said. The hands are rhodium plated, they're special, and I don't believe there's really any lume on this. I personally don't care about lume. I think most people are like, oh, it'd be nice to have lume on it, but I don't know if you really need it necessarily. And then it's also anti-magnetic to at least 1500 Gauss, which is pretty good. Got the accuracy on it, the durability. They're saying that, typically they say that most movements every 2 to 3 years to service, but they're saying that this one's 5 year, and it could be even longer. It probably has like a silicone balance spring or something like that, and that's really special. But you guys can see the watch from a side angle here. Really not too thick, very nice size, just very, very impressive. And then you guys could see all the different components here. Again, this is on Baume Mercier's website, which I think is really interesting. And I don't believe, that this particular watch comes on a bracelet. And that's something that I would really like. I would just love to see that on a bracelet. I mean, I feel like I would be almost chomping at the bits if it did. However, I really do believe that this is one of the best, if not the best, watches to come out of Baselworld this year. I just want to do an episode on it, bring it to your guys' attention. I just think that's really cool. Again, Baume Mercier's first in-house movement, which is fantastic. Really nice, simple, classic design. 40 millimeters, 5-day power reserve on it. 40 millimeters, 5 ATM. It's got the self-interchangeable band, so all you have to do is slide the pins through, which is what most manufacturers are doing nowadays. I know Cartier, I believe with their new Santos, is that they have bracelets on them, and you could easily just change out the band to adjust the size with just one simple tool. Really easy. We're not on that. We're on Baume Mercier. So just again, the price on this, by the way, is $2,990. Brand new. From Baume Mercier for an in-house movement. Minus the Oris that I showed you guys, the Oris pointer date. I think that was like $1,295 or something like that, $1,250. I think it does, in my opinion, that Oris doesn't have a lot of the features that this one has, just in my opinion. Although it does have the lume, I will give it that. But I just really feel like this watch in particular, the in-house movement, Cause de Genève, and the what do they call it? The snail decor, 120 hour power reserve for 5 days. You know, listen, I'll tell you something. Between the Baume Mercier and that Oris, wow. I mean, I could literally have probably like those two watches in my collection. I'd be the happiest person ever. So I definitely highly recommend that you guys go check it out. For those of you who are into watch that is, it's certainly a luxury piece. It's not exactly cheap, but it's not like, oh my god, you're paying like a ton for it. Again, you guys could wait until it comes out in secondary and gray markets to pick it up. But anyways, I just want to do an episode on that. I thought that was really cool. I'm telling you, between that Baume Mercier and the Oris, wow, I could like that Oris pointer date. That thing is so cool. Those would be like the two watches that I would personally come out of Basel World with. And you know, of course, you know, if I could do I would do probably like the Tudor GMT, because the Rolex is just a bit more expensive. The Tudor would be fine for me. The Tudor, just have a GMT, the Baume Mercier, and the Oris pointer date. Those would be probably 3 in my collection, and that would be let's see, brand new. Let's see, 1,000. Let's say just 1,250 plus this one. Let's say that this was around 3, so that's 4,250 for. I believe I'm under 10. I believe with all 3 of those, which is pretty good. So those are kind of like my. If I could take 3 away from Basel World this year, those 3 would be it. Like really kind of cool. Anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of It's About Time. Again, I apologize for the 2 things. Probably be back tomorrow, maybe. Gonna be seeing Drew. Going to movies after dinner and things like that. So maybe we'll try to squeeze in like a quick episode for you guys. I think you guys would really enjoy that. Anyways, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Let us know what future content you want to see or anything else like that. We would be glad to bring it to you. Send us an email. Any questions you guys have, doesn't matter what it is. We'd love to answer them for you. And that is about it. So hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for another episode. I have no idea what it would be. Leave it as a surprise, whatever it is. And I guess on that note, we'll see you guys on the next episode of It's About Time.